based on the fractals, based on cycles, and based on what's going on, and the GameStop earnings come out, and there's something's gonna happen here. So I'm just today this video is for AMC. I'm not gonna cover GME maybe after this, but because there's so many information out there. But I just thought that maybe I should share AMC because a lot of people are kind of I'm seeing this community on the Twitter X, and then there's a lot of bashing happening in the AMC communities, and I thought, you know what, maybe I should share what I'm seeing here. And then I'm not saying this is right, like none of this is financial advice, but I just thought maybe I should help the community or something, so here's my thoughts. So I'm gonna share what I'm seeing here in AMC, and then you guys can be the judge, okay? So so on the right side, maybe I can zoom this one first. This is 2020, right? So back in 2020, what they did was, so I kind of break this down into 4 different color, right? The red, this is after COVID, right? March crash. So this is red box, blue box, this is purple box, and this green box is when you saw the Jan 2020 the squeeze phase, right? And then there's a second one, right? So that's a June squeeze. So Jan squeeze, June squeeze, right? And then when I compared to this, I also broke down into the oh sure, where's my oh, maybe I forgot to yeah, maybe it got deleted, but so I'm just gonna tell you right now. So this whole ape conversion stuff happened here, that bring the price down so much is this A box here. Okay, it just takes so much time. Maybe they just take it a little longer, way longer than the 2020 the March cycle. I mean, they definitely use AMC to suppress something. I don't know, maybe GME or just they just fuck around with it. And then after that, this is a blue box. So this is a blue. I can maybe turn this one into blue. It doesn't look like blue for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe the background. Maybe I'm just gonna turn this one down. Anyway, so that's blue box. So this red box here, blue box here, and then no, not here, blue box about here. So after the May squeeze, it's a kind of similar setup, I think. Instead of pop this much, it just got amplified, right? After the Roaring Kitty twist and stuff, right? So GME blow up, AMC blow up too, right? It's all kind of in the same basket, right? What happened after that? They pretty much did the same cycle here, right? So it pops and come down, and then making a circle here. Same thing happened here, right? Pop, come down, making a sort of a circle here, and then push up a little bit, which what happened here in the purple box. So I'm gonna now show you the purple box here. So from here to here, this was purple box. Okay, so this was this, right? So go up, and then they did a dilution in the spot, right? So start tanking. This also same thing happened here, right? The next question is, I was actually waiting to see this thing happening here, but apparently when you look at the chart, it doesn't look like. Okay, so let me 1 second. Let me just tone this one down here. I'll show you this one. Okay, so so when you look at this one, this is from 2020 fractal here. It looks like pretty much exactly identical, right? It popped even this area where like it come down after the share offering here, right? They did a share offering in December 5th, and then boom, a very similar fractals here, and then pushed up and pull back down. Very similar fractals. But the question was, where are these fractals here, right? And I was like, and then I look at this fractals, and I'm like, it doesn't look like it's the same fractals. But what I found interesting was RSI. So I'm going to show you RSI. And then let me show you now. So they did this, right? And it has to pop like that, but they didn't pop up like that. They just pop a little bit and then pull back, right? Go up. What? Oh, you want to come here? Go. Okay, come here. Come here. Go, come. Okay, come here. So when you look at RSI, right? This looks very identical, I find, right? So I open it up. So don't look at the fractal. Don't look at the chart now. Just look at the fractal here. Sorry, the RSI here. So this is 2020, right? After this share offering, tank it down, right? That pushes up and tank one more, right? That kind of similar. The move happened here. Here, look at RSI. The RSI was already all the way to the bottom, right? And then when they did the same thing, RSI hit the all-time low, right? Pushes up, pull back down, right? Pull back down. It mimic exactly the same thing. The next question is, where's this fractals, right? But when you look at RSI, it looks exactly identical, right? It pushes up. The chart doesn't look like same, but RSI is looking exactly same. So pushes up, pull down. There's a second one here. There's a 3 wave here, right? 1, 2, 3, and pushes down, right? There's 1, right? 2. This is 3. Okay, it looks like weird, but that's what they did. So which means they completed this fractals. Okay, in my opinion. So so this is the first fractals here. Pop, RSI, pop together. After they create this, it's same thing, right? Look at the purple, right? Don't look at the yellow one. Maybe it just got too confusing. So because there's so many lines that you had to look at, so you might be like wonder like, you know, where the fuck should I look at, right? Just look at this. No, this is even much more confusing. Shit. Okay, I'll just leave it at this. But look at this purple, okay? Look at this purple. Purple move like up, down like that, right? Looks same. All right, 1, 2. This one, the second, when they hit the second one here, to the bottom, this thing hit lower than this level here, right? This is the first lower level after this thing hit up here. Same thing, hit this one and hit here. You know what I mean? It looks exactly same thing. And after that, make a third wave, boom, and then crush down here. Instead, AMC didn't crush down there. You know what I mean? So they just did this, right? Really fast. Now the RSI is about to roll up and making a move. And then you know, the situation is different than, you know, now and there, right? You know, with a lot of things happening, and then they, I think, run it fast. So but when you look at RSI, the purple, when you look at the purple line, I don't know, maybe should I make it even brighter? 1 second. This is even, yeah, I think this is pretty much it. I think, yeah, there you go. Maybe this is better. So when you look at this purple line, this is the third wave, right? They complete the third wave and pushes down. They didn't come down this much, but they did come down, and then pushes one more time. This one more, like there's a bit of a push down here, and then this thing start to push up, right? You see how this thing hit the bottom here, which was same thing happened here, right? It's pretty fast, right? When you look at the RSI, the purple line, it hit here, right? After it create 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then the purple line like go up like that, hit here, bottom, purple line hit here and hit the bottom like that. You see? And then this thing just suddenly just pushes up, right? So this thing just suddenly pushes up. So we're somewhere here, Okay, January 8th or something, 2021. Okay, that's what I found. If this is correct, AMC is gonna blow up like big time, in my opinion. None of this is financial advice, but just take a look at this. And then I know there's a lot of TA guys, right? There's people who look at TA, they look at the chart fractals and RSI, whatever. Just share this thing with them, or maybe they already figured it out. I don't know. I haven't seen this post, from AMC community, so I just wanna put this out there so that just help the community out, just help you guys see what you guys think, and then that's what I'm looking at, right? So the next question is, now we kind of figure out the RSI is kind of looking like pretty much same as 2020 cycle, right? Now we are moving to 2021 cycle here in January squeeze cycle, right? So the next question is, when it's going to be squeeze, right? Everyone think about that. So my answer to that is, I think something's going to happen in June. I don't know why, but that's what it looks like. So so let me just bring the box here, and then put this one here. So I'll just put this one here as a squeeze phase. So this is a January squeeze phase here, right? This is January squeeze phase, and then the next question is, how big is gonna go up, and then how much is gonna go up, and then when this thing's gonna happen, right? I know some people talks about May, but to be honest, I think May is not a month. Maybe May is a month for a pressure. Okay, that's kind of what I think. I made a post here that my thought about May is yeah, look at this guy. I don't know if this guy is a shill or not, but he there's a lot of people talks about AMC is gonna tank it more, dump it, whatever. But yeah, I don't think so, right? Yeah, I talk about maybe the BBY announcement could happen in May, maybe share distribution, maybe cash could come out in June, so this could kind of amplify the squeeze cycle. That's just kind of my opinion. Yeah, so I made a post about this one, May 5th, that May is the final month for the pressure that lead to a short squeeze in June, right? For the basket stocks, right, such as GME, AMC. So so I don't know. Like I'm just saying that, for my perspective, for Bed Bath Beyond side, maybe we are just kind of waiting for the exit, Chapter 11 exit. Their amendment plan, distribution plan. We still gotta need a lot of things, happen at the same time. But maybe it could happen, everything at the same time, because that happened to Hertz, because Hertz announced their thing, and then it was just like they did an exit, Chapter 11 exit, and also they release at the same time. I think it's on the same day that they exit Chapter 11, or maybe before. No, yeah, actually they actually for Hertz, they actually dropped the third amendment plan before Chapter 11 exit. So maybe BBY could drop altogether. But what the Hertz did was, from my research, Hertz announced their third amendment plan before Chapter 11, like a month before Chapter 11 exit. But also, what they also dropped was they announced what shareholders gonna get as a like a distribution, right? So we just need to hear that. Some people say, oh, we don't need to hear that, but I think it's legal, or also help the shareholders to know what's going on, and even creditors, right? So I do think that those news could be used as a catalyst for the basket stock to blow up even bigger, right? As like it could be amplified. So I still think that there's a possibility that BBY news, any Chapter 11 exit, or any distribution plan for the shareholders, anything can happen between May and June. I don't think this thing can happen in June, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe if that's what they want, but and also the cancellation of shares, all those things already happened. So I think maybe it could happen a lot faster. It normally takes about 2 weeks or even a month to get the shares back, but maybe it could happen earlier. Maybe because since the shares already been canceled, right? They already removed it, right? So maybe it could come out earlier, right? But anyway, so I think the May is the month, right? May is the month for the pressure, and they're gonna blow up in June, in my opinion, right? So this is the fractal that I'm tracking here, and then so one of the thing I was actually wondering about was, okay, so we finished all this thing, right? Anyone who missed this one, just rewatch this one. I already went through the whole thing. Why I think we already passed the whole thing based on RSI. So I'm gonna tone this one down. And then I'm gonna just bring this guy up here, and then look at what's going on. Okay. So what I find interesting was this one. You see this candle here? This weird candle just pop up like that, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" Right? Look at this, and I was like, "What is that?" And I look at, and I match this one, and it come down. There's another candle here. Okay, so it somehow match. Okay, and then there was earning yesterday. I mean, nothing really nothing really happened much, but what they're making a higher low, right? And it's also indicating May 12 or May 13. And I think somebody on X mentioned that there's a possibility that Roaring Kitty might come back in May 12, right? There's also this guy talks about the gamma ramp is building up for GME, right? I mean, there's a lot of information is already out there, so I think already there are people who already seen this one, so that's very interesting, right? So there's gamma exposure. So when GME blew up, the basket stock blew up, right? So this is building up right now, very heavy. And somebody also point out that I think I forgot who that is. I don't know if I repost this one, but somebody posts that the GameStop, I think they're doing something here. Let's see. Yeah, so somebody mentioned that I think Monday. Yeah, that's when Roaring Kitty will come back or something. I think I saw that before. Let me find that on this post here. I think I thought I bookmarked it, but maybe I forgot to, because there's so many posts that I'm tracking here. Not this one. I think there was a guy who posts about May 12. Yeah, something about May 12. There's something about May 12. Yeah. So I think something's gonna happen next week that maybe it could be Roaring Kitty, it could be Backpack Beyond, or I don't know, some news come out, or that said maybe they're Beyond, they just launched the baby digital token. I forgot which one was it, but shit, I thought I should have actually bookmarked it. I completely forgot about it. But anyway, so yes, I think something's going to happen in May 12 or May 13, between these days, because it's very interesting how I've been tracking GME as well, and then this blue box, sorry, this blue thing, the blue fractals is 2020. And I was like, okay, are we really tracking 2020? Or are we tracking the May run? It was very confusing, to me too. It's just really difficult to understand. But I think so. I think it will tell. I think next, maybe by next week, because the blue box, sorry, this blue fractals is 2020 cycle. So either way, it's gonna go up, right? But I actually brought this one, which is the May cycle last year, and then it somehow match very similarly, right? So same thing, it just kind of moved up, have a pullback, right? And then we have a giant pullback here, and then after that this thing pushes up, right? Oh, what the hell? This thing pushes up and then go up and down like 3 times. Isn't it interesting? It already did this one. You see? What? Okay, there you go. Maybe I'll change the color to blue. Yeah, so it already kind of did this one, isn't it? Isn't that interesting? So we're just here. So if that fractal is correct, next week it's gonna blow up, right? And then June earning, I don't know if that's confirmed. I think it was confirmed. June 4th. That's like earning or something, or shareholder meeting or something. So something happened here and blew the stock up, and you see this red line here, that's the all-time high. They're gonna retest this level because and completely just go crazy. They have to retest this one, and then it will come down to retest this again, right? So I think that's kind of scenario I'm watching for GME, right? So if this thing happened in GME, imagine what's going to happen to AMC. Imagine what's going to happen to other basket stock, right? So that's kind of what I'm tracking, right? Even FFIA or FFAI, this I'm just watching this one. I just use this one as a sort of a stock. I just want to look at the whole bigger picture here, right? And I don't know. I still don't know if they're gonna move like that. But I was tracking this. I was looking at our other indicators, and I did kind of realize that it seems like they're tracking very similar to what they did it here, right? Last year December. So if that's the fractals they are running in a much more bigger amplified version of it, they might go up. I think they just have an earning today or something. I don't know. And then I do expect one more pullback because that's what they're tracking. And then by also this thing start to rolling back up near end of May, early June, blew up. Okay, so same thing. It has a very different the fractals, but when it blew up, it will blow up together. I think same as here. This thing May 14 blew up, right? And then went up like what 3,000% or something, just like fucking crazy. So I think something's gonna definitely happen. Not in May. I mean, yeah, May sure, but it's not like it will create a small bump, right? And then it will head it to I think it will lead to a squeeze cycle. I mean, the squeeze phase in June. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, right? And then they're gonna crash it down after June OPEX, right? So they're gonna crash it down, and then that's July, right? So maybe they're gonna take about maybe 3 weeks to a month to from June OPEX to July OPEX, right? To crush the whole IV, or yeah, they're gonna shake people out and stuff like that, right? So that's kind of what I'm expecting. So I think we are in a very important spot where we're gonna see a big time movement here, and then I think a lot of people have been waiting for this one for about more than a year, or there are people who got into this one even like 2020 or even before. Yeah, some people waited for 4 years. Yeah, I think time is already here. So the next question is when BBY will come back. I hope I know the answers, but if BBY doesn't come back on this time here between May and June, I think they're gonna use that for the final squeeze phase, which is towards end of the year or next year, early next year. So we'll see. I do hope that BBY come back in between May and June, more like June. But yeah, I'm still hoping to see hear some announcement that blew up the stock market, the basket stocks and stuff. So yeah, So that's kind of pretty much it, guys. Yeah, so come back to AMC just to wrap up. I think AMC is still very early process to building up, towards the squeeze phase. So, I still wanted to see. I mean, this thing start to breaking out of it, right? They're creating a huge giant, the what do you call that? Like triangle shape, right? This triangle formations. Let me just kind of change this to a lighter color. So from this top here, and they left a gap here at $12, right? 12 like 12.50 or something. Anyway, so there's a huge giant triangle formation has been formed. This thing's slowly moving up to break out of it. So next pattern that I think AMC needs to show, I think, is this one. Yeah. So if the AMC start to pop when GME pop next week, and then this thing will have a pullback, right? Because AMC doesn't tend to move when GME move, here. Like what I'm trying to say is, like, when you look at this area, which is this May 2nd area, when you look at May 2nd in AMC, AMC barely moves, okay? AMC barely moves like this. But when AMC blew up is when GME squeeze here, right? The final short squeeze phase. So I think AMC is gonna move. It's gonna go up, maybe up to $3 level, maybe by next week, and that's the first confirmation that we need to see, right? Is this gonna go up to this $3 level next week? But the next confirmation is AMC will have one more pullback here at $2.80. So which means that this thing will slowly building up, right? Higher low, and then boom, blew up, right? Towards the end of May, right? And then end of May, pull back, and June, and then boom, right? June OPEX. So and this is, I think, when is it? This like June something, like June 3rd or something. That's when AMC GME's the earning. So I think, yeah, somewhere towards that, yeah, it's gonna go up. I think it's gonna maybe push down like this much or something. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, June 2nd, June 3rd. Yeah, June 3rd is here. So this is June 3rd. So when GME blew up, AMC blew up together. You see also this gap here. I noticed that there's a holiday. This is Wednesday. 1 second. This is Tuesday. Okay, so there's a holiday here. I remember there was a holiday. Where was this one? Was there like a May or June holiday? There's like a Monday. Okay, maybe it wasn't. Okay, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I thought it was. But anyway, so yeah, so that's kind of AMC, and then AMC left the gap here at $12, right? 12.30 or something, 12.50, and I think that gap will be filled. Okay, let's check out the gap here. So when you look at the gap, so there's a gap there, right? In May, all this gap were filled at $9.50, $12, but this thing popped and filled this gap, and then while this thing pushed down, they left a gap here. So that gap is at 12.40, 12.50, somewhere there. And then there's a huge gap here at $17 to $19.50. So this huge gap, I think, will be filled in June OPEX, in my opinion. And then next huge gap here is 40. I just call it $40. So this $40 gap, and it will be filled the next squeeze base. There's also a hidden gap here at $87 and 212 gap. So I don't know if AMC will reach that point. We'll see. But maybe we'll see. So, but yeah, that's kind of pretty much what I'm seeing here. So hopefully that helps. And then yeah, let's check out. I'll keep you guys posted how AMC is moving towards next week, Monday and Tuesday, when this thing hit $3 and have a pullback. Yeah, I'll keep you guys posted here. So stay tuned for the next update. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, it's been a while. Thanks for tuning in. I'll edit this video and post on my U-Mergency YouTube channel. So if you guys are interested in it, please check it out. And then if you guys wanted to check it out on X, that's fine. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. So have a good night and bye.